good.
Funny as fuck.
When's that Tom and Jerry movie coming out? It's like next.
Have you guys
April?
noticed Animaniacs on Hulu yet?
I have not watched them
No.
yet. I need to find them and watch them. I heard they're pretty good.
Pretty funny, I gotta say.
I watched Scoob last night, and that was a pretty good movie.
Scoob is really good.
All right, so welcome to another episode of Hoosier Nerds Podcast. All four of us are here this time. That's Mikey and Tim. Tim showed up, and we didn't leave him out this time on accident. And the two Chris's.
Changing the times on me.
I could have swore you said you had to work, but that's my bad. I should have double checked.
We never invited him. He just walked in here. He just walked into this chat.
Never invited.
He's never invited to Zach's house to play Tarkov. He's never invited to Indiana.
Oh, speaking of which, I noticed something. Okay, for Indiana people, including you, Tim, because you might want to be in on this. So, did you know they moved the date of Indiana Comic-Con for this year?
No. Where did they move it to?
It was supposed to be May 7th through the 9th. Remember, I was concerned about it being the same weekend as the IndyCar Grand Prix.
Yeah.
It's October 15th through 17th.
Okay. That means it might actually be able to happen.
Exactly, and I think that's why they did it. I just stumbled upon it. I was like looking it up because I was looking up IndyCar dates yesterday, and I noticed, and I'm like, well, when? Because the Grand Prix is the 15th, and I'm like, well, what if Comic-Con's the weekend before? I can go to Comic-Con, because I was concerned about that conflict.
Mm-hmm. Are they actually going to do the? Are they going to? What's the word I'm looking for? Honor the tickets from last year?
I don't know if they gave refunds or not. I don't know how they're going to do that.
I don't remember if I got a refund or not because I bought a 3-day pass.
Did you? You know what? We need to look into, because it's this October. We might want to look into press stuff since we're press.
I believe they moved PAX East to the last week of May as well.
So,
I kind of want to try to make it to PAX East one time here soon.
I mean, we get a hotel every year, more than welcome to join.
I can't do that.
As long as I get to sleep with you, Tim.
Oh,
that's
boy.
right.
Whoa.
Anything is better than sleeping with Bo. Okay,
Could Tim be in the middle between me and you?
Bo
Mikey?
is a blanket hog. The other year, he slept between the wall and the bed, like just that little spot there. I was like, if I roll over, done.
Yeah.
You should have put him out of his misery. All right. So I know we missed last week,
wait,
but
Chris, hold on. I noticed something. I was going through our podcasts on YouTube.
Oh, was there a comment?
No, but Thumbs Down guy did not give me and Mikey a thumbs down.
Oh, I know exactly why. But
Chris
I'm not
and
gonna
Tim.
say it.
Yeah,
Is it
Chris
just
and Tim,
you,
you're
or is it
off.
Tim?
Yeah, Chris and Tim, you're out of the podcast.
All right, talk to you guys later. Just shoot me the file and I'll edit it every week.
So whoever Thumbs Down guy is, it must got to be Chris. That's the only thing I could think.
In like 50 years, I'm gonna send everybody a message, be like, "It was me. It's time."
No, I know exactly why
You missed
Thumbs
either
Down
missed that
isn't
episode
there.
or you really liked it.
No. I know exactly why he's not there, and I'll say it after the podcast if we're done recording, so I know who it is. But if you guys want to be part of the conversation, I'm moving this to the front of the podcast.
Sure.
Send us a message on PodNerds at Twitter, Facebook. Leave us a comment. We'll get, if we see your comment, we'll talk to you about whatever you ask us or whatever.
Good or bad or indifferent.
Hey, we're open to criticism.
That's right. Thumbs down, guy.
We're open to criticism.
Exactly. See, that's why he always gave us a thumbs down, because we have to do better.
Jesus Christ.
This podcast must be bland when I'm not here.
So last week we never got around to recording a podcast because Chris was having a baby.
I had a little baby nerd.
And
Shaped
then
as a stone.
His name is Sydney.
4.1 nerds in a podcast.
It's not a boulder. It's a rock.
And then
Shut up.
we just never could get a schedule, and I don't think any of us actually wanted to do a podcast last week for some reason.
I was doped up on painkillers, so
It was still holiday weekend. Yeah.
yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
Well, we're back with the new year, better than ever, hopefully. I don't need to mess this one up. But over Christmas, Wonder Woman came out. I've yet to see it. So what
Woman
did you guys
1984.
think about it?
I think it was better than what I've read on the internet. There's a lot of people that don't like it, but
I read that too. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it.
it definitely wasn't better than its prequel.
No, it's
But
not.
there's a lot of sequels that aren't better than its prequels. So I mean, you get what you get.
I enjoyed it. It's a great show, great movie. I went Christmas night to the theater, even though I have HBO and could watch it there. I went to the movie, and I had a great movie experience. I enjoyed the movie. It seemed like everybody in the theater wasn't packed, but there were a lot of people there.
As
Um,
money as Empire or
It was probably as busy as Empire, maybe a little bit more.
okay.
But it's a good movie. I'm you get these people and they read way too much into it, and you got to think you can't. With comic book movies, I think the issue is you can't just cater to a comic book crowd. So they take things away because I read about Pedro Pascal plays the bad guy in this essentially, and I guess his character wasn't as true to the comic book bad guy. So, but I think I think they take liberties, obviously, with everything, and they must have done it with this character. But it's a good movie. I really enjoyed it.
I mean, it has its issues for me, but it's like I don't want to spoil anything because two of you guys haven't watched it, and I don't.
I mean, I don't care about spoilers, honestly, too much. So if you guys want to talk some spoilers, you're more than welcome to.
She uses her Goldie lasso.
Well, it might. I'll just say one thing. Um, what I kind of noticed, what might have made some people like dislike it a lot. I mean, it's set in the '80s, which I guess it's let's take that into account before I say this. But it's like the director was a woman, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it makes sense because there was a lot of scenes and statements like focusing like on sexual harassment and stuff towards women. And I felt like maybe that was her way to like just put it out there, but I think we all know that. I mean, it was set in the '80s, so I kind of took that into account, but there was a lot of it in there.
I can tell you one thing is, in the '80s, I don't think they were too worried about sexual harassment.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't
Damn
even.
sh-
You
for damn sure.
in the '80s, you would have to, and I mean, yeah, if you grabbed a girl's butt, which I never did while I was working, but 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna. It would have to be repeated before they're gonna go and complain. They're gonna take care of it themselves first. They're gonna slap you in the
This
face.
podcast in no way
Yeah.
supports.
No, I'm not
sexual
saying that. It
harassment.
was just it was
No,
a
but-
different time,
It
and
was a different.
not everybody
time.
went and told on everybody immediately. Or
You can't look at the past through our 2021 glasses.
no.
It was almost like the Tale of Two Cities.
And like I understand, like that's got to be in there, and it's important for it to be in there. But there was a lot of it, and I think it might have flooded some thoughts and people's critiques about that movie.
I enjoyed it. She's a great Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot pulls off that role. That is her role, you know. I loved it. I didn't mind love it. I was like, oh my god, it's the greatest movie ever. Like you said, it doesn't hold up as well as the first one does. But it's a good movie. It's a good.
Mikey, what did you tell me at the gym about her trying to fly or something?
Yeah, I guess she learned figured out how to fly.
Yeah,
I
she
guess.
lassos
And
a
it looked-
cloud. And
Oh no, that's fine. That's cool, and you get to see the lightning, or she lassoed the lightning. but like the way she was trying to use her arms and hands to fly, I feel like she was trying to like work it out and figure it out, but it was so weird. Like she had her hands open, or so her palms are out, and maybe like one hand extended, both hands extended with her fists out, and it just looked
You,
awkward, I guess.
when you were explaining it to me at the gym, I just thought of Talladega Nights, and I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was something like that.
Now, could the reason a lot of people are hating on the movie is it's hard to go from like an 11 out of 10 movie with how good the original was to like maybe like an 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah, you're not going to hit every. I mean, a lot of sequels have hit, but a lot haven't. There's been a lot of misses with sequels, and it's not a bad movie. That's the thing. It's not horrible. It's not like Hot Tub Time Machine 2 horrible or
God, I forgot about that movie.
Zombieland 2 bad. It's a good movie. But it's not Empire. It's not Rocky 2. It's not The Godfather 2. I mean, Too Fast, Too Furious is a good sequel. It's not as good as the first movie, but it's good as its own. So that's the way you got to look at it. You almost can't look at it as a sequel. It's just it's a continuation of the story, if that makes sense.
I get it.
I'm sure it was like I was told not to watch it in theaters, but I would assume that it was probably better watching it in theaters than at your house.
Oh, that's
Just
why I
'cause
went to the
bigger
theater to see
screen
it.
and yeah, that's what I did. I went to the
The person who told you that's a pooper.
I still had a gift card and stuff, so it's not really. I still paid for it, but
I could have saved money that night by just coming home and watching it, and asking who I went with to go and come to my apartment and watch the movie. But I wanted to go to the theater to see it. Superhero movies are much better on the big screen, obviously, than a television. So go see it. It's good.
I'm
It's not as
probably
good as
going to watch
see?
it
Yeah,
tonight.
it's like there's really nothing else in the theater to watch too. It's just like let's go see it if you really want to get out and watch it.
I mean, it's a
Contribute
reason to go somewhere.
Contribute to the theater. Give your money before they close up.
Until they die.
So,
all right. You guys got anything else to add about it?
no, of course,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Not this time.
So now on to our main topic of the day or night or whenever you're watching. Our top 10-ish movies of the 2010s.
The last decade.
Of the last decade.
Of the last decade.
Because
Which
2010 to 2020.
technically, shouldn't we not count 2010? We can. I'm just saying we shouldn't technically. It should just be 11 to.
I don't know if I even did count 2010 in any of my movies.
I counted 2010, but I didn't add any of the movies into my top 10 list. That's a good point, Tim. I'm going to get rid of
Let me see. I only have
Maybe I did.
one movie.
I mean, I had Inception, but
I was
not my
actually.
top 10 list.
I was wondering what year that was.
Yeah, I was looking at the list, and I was like, really? That movie came out that long ago?
Yeah, it's like seems so like short.
All
Doesn't
right,
seem
so
that long.
how do we want to do this? Do we want to go around the? I want to say around the room, but around the, around the call, or because we're only doing a top 10. We're not doing the best of every year because that would take us too long.
We could do rock paper scissors. No, just kidding.
Rock, paper, scissors,
All right.
scissors, Spock.
I call Rock.
Let's start with Mikey.
Oh, super. Well, I was too lazy to go year by year, so I just kind of Googled top movies of the past decade and just went through a couple lists of a couple websites. I didn't just go through one, so I missed a lot. I know that, but Mad Max, Fury Road, 2015.
That was high on a lot of lists of.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was going through it. It was no, the funny thing is, I didn't watch it as soon as it came out. I probably watched it in maybe 2016 because I don't know. I never watched the original, and I was probably bored. I think I was bored one night and ended up watching it, but I really liked it.
Mad Max was one of those movies that no one saw it in theaters, like initially, but word of mouth really blew
Oh,
that
yeah.
movie up.
I love the cinematic too, like the colors and
It
just.
won like a billion Oscars.
Oh
for
yeah.
all that.
I mean, basically 90% practical effects.
I like the idea of it too. Next one is Get Out in 2017.
Ooh.
Good choice.
That was, yeah, I really like that one. That one surprised me. That was another one I didn't watch like immediately. It took me another year to finally get around to watching it. But that one was really cool. I like the way it was filmed and the sounds, and I think Jordan Peele did really good. He's done like really good on both of his movies that he's produced or directed.
What was his
whatever.
other one he did? Like the one that came out a year or two ago.
Us, wasn't it?
Us.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
see
haven't
that one.
watched it, but I've heard good things about that. Next we have Peanut Butter Falcon. I forget
God,
the
I
name of that.
love that movie so
Yeah,
much.
that one surprised me.
Mikey steals it from.
Yeah,
He did.
uh-huh.
I saw.
I knew it
on
was
a
gonna be
list.
yours, but Chris, but uh, Shia
Not first,
LaBeouf
you last.
did really good. Like I don't know when's the last time we seen him in a movie. Probably Transformers, like a big ticket. I guess not really a
Fury.
big ticket. Which one? Oh, Fury, yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, that was good.
But
Is that
yeah,
the one with the World War II
Mhm.
Fury
Yeah. The
and the
tank.
Brad Pitt.
tanks?
I forgot about
That's
that one.
that's a really good movie. I like that movie.
So like that one was really good. It was a surprising like good feel good movie. I didn't think too much about it until after I watched it. But Joker. I really like Joker. That's
Mhm.
probably one of my favorites. If I had to rank these, they're not ranked. That would probably be number 1 or 2 of the past decade. I own it and I've watched it probably 4 times, 3 or 4 times. Awesome. Um, I got down Wolf of Wall Street. That was a good movie. Don't know what to say. So many lines. I love all the lines. Martin Scorsese.
I remember, I think it was you, me, Eric, and your brother. And Jake Schmidt. I think we all went to go see that movie. And I remember I almost peed my pants laughing so hard when all the lewds kicked in on him.
I doubt it. That was 2013. That was 2 years after we graduated.
Was
And
it?
yeah,
I could have swore I saw that movie with you though.
no, because
I
that
don't
was
remember
2
who I
years
saw
after we
that with.
graduated. And I don't think we really. Everybody kind of split up.
Yeah,
went to
you're
different
right.
colleges and stuff. So
We weren't really hanging out then.
had a lot of memorable lines. Some good. The Quaalude scene was. Oh, that's probably the best. I love the Quaalude scene.
The movie he should have won an Oscar for.
Yeah. The Django Unchained. I'm just kidding. Django Unchained.
Django.
That was yeah. There's a lot of
I can't see out this mask.
Tarantino movies I loved this past decade. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to put on there, but Django made it. That was a good one. I have to include I guess a superhero one in here. I have actually 2 of them. And one of them is The Dark Knight Rises. That was another one I own, and I've seen it probably 10 times. Probably more than that. The score is by far my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded that album and I've listened to it hundreds of times. Play it in my car, act like I'm driving the Batmobile.
The wounded Batmobile now.
Oh yeah. Not my fault, but we move on. Yeah. Bane, whoever
Tom
whoever
Hardy was
did
the
Bane. Yeah, Tom Hardy. Yeah, I couldn't remember it. He did great as Bane. Even though like it really wasn't like true to I guess the comics, like we talked about in Wonder Woman. I mean,
Right.
he still did great. Um, and then let's look at
You dying over there, Tim?
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
Should we
trying
be
to.
listening to this? I
I'm
mean, I'm
trying
trying
to
to
fix
get
my bed. I'm sorry. I was like fixing my blankets and
I'm on Pornhub, I think.
R.I.P.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Pornhub. It's not really much anymore. Uh, let's see. I'm gonna bundle this one. I'm just gonna put them all together because I can't choose. Um, John Wick. All of them are fantastic. I'm bundling those together as
I'll
one.
accept that. I mean, they
Yeah.
all happen within like a week of each other in like the world.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I own all three of those, so I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And then here's my other superhero one. I chose this over Avengers. It's Guardians of the Galaxy.
The first one.
Yeah, the first
Yeah,
one.
I see that. I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Easy.
just love the comedy in it, and it's just a lot of pop culture references.
Yes.
Yes, it's just really good. Groot, you get introduced to Groot. Vin Diesel, man,
His
what an
best
actor
role.
he is. Yeah,
He deserves an Oscar for that movie.
And so, and the last one is Kingsman. That one kind of I love the trailer and I wanted to watch that, and then it's like when you watch the movie, I love how it was filmed and like the rotating cameras, I guess the fight scenes and stuff. It was really quick and snappy. Good secret agent type movie. Over the Mission Impossibles. I think it's better than Mission Impossible. I like it. And that was my top 10. I have a lot of honorable mentions, but
What are your honorable mentions? Just run through the list.
Well, maybe we should let other people go first, so he
Yeah,
doesn't get
Yeah, let's
everybody.
say your
Okay,
honorable
that's fine.
mentions last.
okay.
Let's go. Who wants to go next? Any volunteers or?
I'll go next. Okay, so here we go. This is in no particular order whatsoever, but I've got two Tarantinos. I'm just going to run them off first, which is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Django, because Tarantino is just brilliant. I just love his movies. Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was not what really happened during the Tate LaBianca murders, but it's a great movie, and I think Brad Pitt is just awesome. He's awesome in that movie as Cliff Booth. Love it. So we're going with that one. I picked The Social Network because it's, I mean, that's life right now. I mean, here we are. That movie came out in 2012, I believe. So everybody's life is pretty much attached to social media and Facebook, and I think it tells a brilliant story about how much of a creep that Mark Zuckerberg really is. um, who else we got? Spotlight. Spotlight is about. Spotlight is. You should know what Spotlight is, don't you, Tim? It's in the. I think it's Boston Globe. It's a section of the newspaper that they spotlight different things, and they were the ones who broke the big news about the child molestation in the Catholic Church and brought
I
it to
didn't
the
know that.
forefront. Yes, it's got what's her name? Yeah, I don't know. It's got to get a bunch of good people in it. Mark Ruffalo's in it, I think, and that chick from oh, I don't know. Anyway, watch Spotlight. It's really good.
Some woman. Oh.
Some woman. I can't remember her name. Um,
I got you.
I got Knives Out. I love that movie. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the most fun movies I've seen in the past 10 years. I bundled. No, I didn't bundle. I've got Wolf of Wall Street, obviously, and that, like we talked about, that's the movie Leo should have won an Oscar for instead of. I mean, his performance in Revenant was great, but his performance was flawless in this movie. Um, I've got Whiplash with Miles
Ooh.
Teller and J.K. Simmons. I love that movie
Ooh.
because J.K. Simmons is such a prick in that movie, but he is so good in it.
I've never
Yeah.
seen that movie.
That's one of my
What?
favorites. He won an Oscar for it, actually. J.K. Simmons won an Oscar for Whiplash. I've got Rogue One. That's one of my favorite Star Wars movies of all time, so I've got to include that in the top 10. And I've got Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Montana. Is that where it's
Great
at?
movie. Yeah.
With Sam Rockwell won an Oscar for. Great movie. I love that movie.
I've watched it
so
like 3-4 times.
yeah, it's so good. And then of course my number one, I will always say this, my favorite movie in the last 10 years is The Peanut Butter Falcon.
I
But
knew it. I think I could have put your list together.
well, my stepson, as you guys know, my stepson has Down syndrome. He lives in Florida, and that movie reminded me so much of something that he would do. He is a huge wrestling fan, which my ex-wife gives me crap about because that's all he does is watch wrestling all the time. So that would be something he would do is want to go to a wrestling school and do whatever it takes. And it's like Mikey said, it's a feel good film. It's a buddy film. They go out on that little adventure, and he is hysterical. And to get a child with a disability, especially kids with Down syndrome, to be able to act in a serious role like he did, that's a great accomplishment for the actor as well as the co-stars. I mean, you know how much you don't realize the patience that they have to be able to pull that off, and the director as well. The directors and producers. So it's I looked beyond it just being a good movie because I see the everyday life of kids with Down syndrome, and it's a brilliant film. It's almost a family film. It's something that's they don't make movies like that anymore. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But Shia LaBeouf is great, and so is Dakota Johnson, and Zach Sagan is the kid with Down syndrome. Watch it, and I've watched it 3 or 4 times already, and I can't get enough of it. So, and then I've got myself some honorable mentions too. So we'll get to those later.
All right, Timmy, you want to go?
All right.
I'm excited for yours. 'Cause you said yours are different.
Yeah. So, again, in no order. I just have them numbered.
Star Trek.
No. Maybe if this was the 90s.
Power
Uh,
Rangers.
I put Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2
Damn, I didn't have any of those.
because that was the last one of the series. I got Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
That was a good one.
I liked that Mission Impossible. I thought it was pretty good. I got Captain America Civil War. Was a pretty good one. I liked the infighting between everybody. It was pretty good. Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's really good.
I
Which
loved
one?
the
Just the first
first
one or the second?
the
one?
first Ant-Man.
Michael Pena is so good in it.
Oh yeah, he
Mhm.
needs. Yeah, that is my favorite role.
Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange. I thought that was they portrayed magic very well
Yeah.
instead of just being like, oh, lightning, oh, like blue and red fire and stuff. I
Uh-huh.
thought it was
I
pretty different.
I thought Doctor Strange was the best origin story they've done in any of their movies.
All right.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Here's where Tim's list gets a little crazy.
You don't have any more superhero movies, huh?
No, I went around and said them first, so all the crazy ones could be at the end.
What are you doing,
I,
step brother?
I put Toy Story 3, but
Okay.
that was my 2010 movie, so technically not.
I'll
Moana.
accept it.
I loved Moana. I thought that was a fantastic movie. The Rock again.
You're welcome.
You can't beat The Rock nowadays.
Great,
Can't
great quote unquote actor. Zootopia was
Is that
fantastic.
the one with the sloth at the license?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was.
You
good.
just like the bunny.
That
You
movie
just-
is so funny.
You probably
I
thought that
love
bunny was thick.
all of Zootopia. I mean, granted, I have seen it 12 billion times because it's one of the only movies Lucas likes to watch.
That's what I thought.
But it doesn't take away from it being a good movie. Dragon Ball Battle of the Gods came
Ooh.
out
I didn't
in
think of that.
2013, so I threw that on my list.
It
I
brought
gotta
Dragon
say,
Ball
I
back.
have Dragon Ball the Super Broly on my
Yeah.
on. I have
That's
Yeah.
that
what
on
made
my.
me. I was like, technically, Battle of
Yeah.
the Gods is a movie, so I'm gonna add that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do what Mikey did and clump a group of movies together.
Yeah.
These 6 Digimon movies. Adventure Try
Oh my
from
god.
2015 to 2018 was the best way to. I mean, technically, there's still one more movie before the end of the Digidestined storyline, but though that was like a near perfect ending to like my old Digimon that I like loved. I really can't. I have a hard time going to watch the new movie because it's a very heartbreaking movie. I know, and I don't. It's gonna be a lot of tears.
Did they made 6 movies in 3 years?
15, 1 and 15 at the end of 15, 2 and 16, 2 and
Gosh.
17, and 1 and 18.
God dang.
How'd you watch them? Is it like on a
I
streaming service or?
I watched them all because Bo has them. So
Oh,
when we were
okay.
at PAX East
Yeah,
last year, the year before, we watched all 6 of them.
I see.
God dang. I didn't know they had that many
Huh.
movies this year or this
Yeah,
decade.
I never
They're
heard about them.
I mean, like they kind of it's 6 movies, and then they're also like how Dragon Ball Battle of the Gods broke itself down into episodes for the show.
Yeah,
How
I
they
see.
broke the whole battle down. So they broke the 6 episodes. Uh, it's like 3 episodes in each one to make. No, I almost want to say they're like 2 hours a piece. I don't know, but it's definitely worth watching if you love Digimon. And that is my 10.
Good.
All right.
Shit.
All right, Chris.
Interesting. Interesting.
1 second. I need to make a change.
Go ahead.
See,
This
this is why you.
time.
This is why we
You
get a thumbs
go
down.
this
right
time.
there.
Okay.
I almost
No. I moved one out because I don't know. I was sitting here looking at it and I didn't like it. I'll let you know. I moved out Days of Future Past. It would be
I was-
number 11.
I was just looking at Days of Future Past.
But I felt weird having 2 X-Men movies, so I'll just start with that. Logan. Logan
Yeah, that was
is
a hard
probably
one
the
to cut
best,
out.
Yeah.
one of the best superhero movies of all time, and I didn't think I would cry, but I cried at the end of that movie when he, spoiler, dies.
You're a loser
Um,
if you didn't.
Yeah, you have no feelings if you didn't. Avengers Endgame. I
Which
have a
one's
lot
that
of
one?
problems with a lot of Marvel movies, but Endgame was probably the best one of all.
Which one's that one?
The last one when Iron
The
Man
very
died.
the very
Yeah,
last.
it's called In Game for a reason.
Well, you
Typical
know they
DC fanboy.
Oh, I will say also these are in no particular order, like everybody else. I can't. Well, maybe one. There's definitely one that's gonna be number one. The King. It's a Netflix movie. It's about King Edward. No, King Henry. Whichever one fought in the Battle of Agincourt against the French.
Jeez.
If you ever want to see like actual medieval like martial arts, you need to watch that movie about like knights fighting each other. They take some liberties with the Battle of Agincourt, but overall, it's a great movie about that time period.
They don't go to Camelot
I need to
because
watch
it's a
it
silly
again.
place, do they?
Baby Driver. I'm surprised none of you guys had Baby Driver. but the
thought about it.
music, how it was shot, and just the style of that movie was awesome. And
Yeah,
I
but I
have
liked Logan Lucky better than I did Baby Driver. So
okay, I'll accept that. Train to
Kind of-
Busan. Train to Busan is probably one of the best zombie movies ever made. It's a Korean movie, so you got to read subtitles, of course, but it's okay. But it's just a really good take on a zombie movie. And they really make you feel for the characters and just the sacrifice at the end of the movie. If you don't feel something like Logan, I will feel bad for you. Fury. I don't know about you, but Fury was a great movie.
It also had a good score.
Good score, good cast. You felt bad. Like the tank itself was a great character.
Yeah,
and
you really get to like, I guess, you really
on,
get
Mikey.
to understand like what it was like during that era, I guess, or being
during World War II.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of movies that really like put you in there.
One thing I really liked about the movie was anytime you see a World War II movie, it's always like, well, the Americans are the good guys and blah blah blah. But as you could see in that movie, the Americans did I don't want to say just as many, but did a lot of bad things too. Like they were shooting prisoners.
Yeah.
The one tank crew tried to rape a girl.
well, hey, Team America World Police has shown me that America's always the good guy. So
When was that made? I want to put that in my
yeah,
top
I
10.
know, right? That movie was freaking awesome.
I think probably 2001.
Yeah.
The one I switched.
2004.
The
Sorry,
movie I took. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. I was just.
Matt
I didn't want to
Damon.
lose my train of thought. Matt Damon. I'm so lonely.
Durga, durga, durga.
Okay. The movie I took Days of Future Past out for was My Hero Academia Hero Rising. Oh my god, that was such a good movie, and I saw it in theaters. It was so good.
Is that the one where you went to the theater and it broke down in the theater? And
Yeah, but I still enjoyed the movie. The movie, like the theater stopped projecting like halfway through the movie. We legit missed 10 minutes of the movie, and they wouldn't like give us a refund, and they wouldn't roll back the movie.
well, they can't roll
What?
back the movie.
I know
but
they
they
can't
should
roll
have.
back.
They should have given you a free movie. Is what
They should have given us a free movie, but they were like, "No, sorry, no refunds. No, we're not."
No,
it's
but
not
they could have given you a pass for a free movie in
Yeah.
the future. Is what they
I'm
should
sure
have
you would have if you would have pressed on it more. But
Oh
like,
yeah,
bitch,
but
I'll
I'm
never come
going.
back.
I'm never
Yeah.
going back to that
I
theater.
mean,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, especially because I was assuming it's probably a theater you guys go to.
But not too often. It's like
Yeah.
Indianapolis Movie Bar and Grill or something. It was
It's
just
it's
a bad
probably
movie
closed.
experience.
It's probably closed down right now. So
Yeah.
That's what they
Jokes
deserve.
on them.
So the next two movies are Tarantino movies, and it's the same movies you guys had, Django and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I loved those two movies, and I legit just watched Django the other day because I wanted to watch it again.
I think that's Samuel L. Jackson's best role in a Tarantino. I mean, Pulp Fiction is really close, I gotta say, but
I would say Pulp Fiction is. But the thing is, in that movie, even Leo was good in that movie because when he cut his hand, he really cut his hand in that scene.
yeah,
In
The
Django,
reactions are
and he
like
kept
genuine.
he kept rolling. He stayed with it. So
I don't know how he hasn't run more than one Oscar.
I don't either. I think he's one of the most brilliant actors out there ever. I really believe
If
it.
he doesn't win like two more in his lifetime, I will be mad.
I mean, I got nothing against Tom Hanks, but when Tom Hanks has two and he's only got one, I think the roles he has picked for himself has been significantly greater than what Tom Hanks has done. Tom Hanks has done a lot of good stuff.
Even though I think Tom Hanks, I haven't seen Greyhound yet. I don't know if it's out yet, but I think he might get nominated for one for Greyhound because I've read some early things on Greyhound and it looks really good.
Really,
That's the one about the destroyer.
Right, but that's like a novel. That's based off a
Yeah.
novel. That's not a true story, right? So, Chris, what's your honorable mentions?
Oh no, I'm my number one.
Oh, what's
got
your number
one.
one
Yeah.
then?
My number one, and it's 1917. Fun story
Okay,
about that
I can see
movie. I
that.
saw that Christmas. Was Christmas Day or was it Christmas? It was the day after Christmas last year by myself in the theater. I had the entire theater to myself.
Huh.
That's because
It-
everybody else was seeing Star Wars.
Probably.
Probably.
But that
I
movie,
mean,
the way that movie was shot, the sounds, like it was so good. I love the one take feature of it. I know it's not like a one take movie, but just how I like that style of movie.
Yeah.
that scene across the battlefield when he's running
Yeah.
across. Yeah.
It you don't see a lot about World War One anymore. It's kind of turning into the forgotten war.
Mm-hmm.
But it was such a bloody and
It was a trench
massive-
warfare. That's all
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
So to see it like brought to life on the big screen, it was awesome. And then do you want me to start off with some honorable mentions?
Yeah. Throw in your honorable mentions.
All right, I'm gonna do one from each year, just because I got my list. I don't know if you guys can do that. So 2011, I'm gonna mention Ghost Protocol, Mission Impossible. It brought Mission Impossible back, in my opinion. 2012, it's kind of hard, but I'm gonna do an honorable mention of Dread. But that also in that year was Avengers. But Judge Dredd.
Oh, Judge Dredd's really good
Wait,
Uh,
Judge Dredd was in 2012?
with Carl
yeah,
Urban.
Oh
Right?
my god, that was such a good movie.
2013, I'm gonna do World War Z. I loved the book and I thought the movie was great. They're never gonna do another movie for some reason for that movie, but it was great. 2014 was the first John Wick, so I'm gonna say John Wick. 15, I'm gonna say. Well, I really want to say Mad Max. I'm gonna say Hateful Eight was the best movie of 15. Hateful Eight is another Tarantino movie. It wasn't as good as the other two in my opinion, but it's still great. 16, Rogue One. Rogue One was awesome.
Yeah.
17, Dunkirk. I loved that movie.
Oh God, that was boring. I thought. That's
Yeah.
just my
Thank
opinion.
you.
I heard some bad shit about that.
Yeah,
I
it's
love that
it's slow.
It's slow, but it's good.
I thought
Um,
Dunkirk was the one that was shot all in one scene.
No, Dunkirk was like kind of shot at different times. So one character you followed was like a day before, another character you followed was like an hour before, and another one was like 12 hours before, and they all ran together at the very end. 2018, I'm gonna say Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2 is one of those few movies that's the sequel's actually better than the first one.
I fell asleep watching that
Oh.
in the movie theater.
Wow.
I haven't watched it since.
When we went on that trip to Myrtle Beach, Mikey, on the plane, I watched that, and the lady next to me was totally disgusted.
That's the reason why they made that. They're like, one of these days, some guy's gonna watch this on a plane, and the person next to him's gonna hate it.
That happened to me once, except it was the 40-year-old virgin.
Oh god.
2019 Joker. Joker it almost made the list. It would have been like 11 or 12.
Right.
2020 this year didn't have that many good movies. So I'm gonna say Extraction because I really liked it. It was a fun movie. That was the one with Chris Hemsworth on Netflix in India. Okay, let's go back down the list. Tim, what are your honorable mentions?
All right. I don't know if mine will be in order, but I'll just name a couple that I have. Incredibles 2 from 2018. I enjoyed Incredibles 2. Toy Story 4 from
God,
2019.
you watch a lot of animated.
Right?
Freaking nerd.
How to Train Your Dragon in
Yeah.
2010.
Ah,
I'm saving all the real movies for you guys, okay?
you're
Be
a
happy.
child.
Be happy. I'm a
Don't
child at heart. Here's another one. Coco in 2017.
It's a good movie though.
Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back 2019.
I have a feeling my
Detective
8-year-old niece made this list.
Sword Art
Did
Online
Lucas help you?
Ordinal Scale 2017. And then those are all my mentions. Now you guys can have the real, like, actual real life movies. I could have stolen everybody's movies on this list. I could have said them all, but no, I was saving them for you guys.
Most of
Next
mine
time,
are
I'll just
different.
go down the whole list. All the Marvel movies, all the DC movies. I'll get it.
Wow.
I'll go next. Why not throw mine out here? So I've got, these are in no particular order whatsoever. So I've got Lincoln, 12 Years a Slave,
Wait, Lincoln the vampire?
Lincoln, the movie about
Slayer?
Abraham Lincoln. You know, the only Lincoln I know. I mean,
The vampire?
Yeah, Vampire Hunter.
not the Vampire Hunter, just Lincoln. I did like Vampire Hunter though. That was a good movie. That movie was fun. I got 12 Years a Slave, which is a great movie. Deadpool, the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, way to be original on your list.
You're going into your horror movies, which are Conjuring and A Quiet Place. I got The Hangover 2 because I can't stop laughing at that movie. And the racing fan in me has Ford versus Ferrari and Rush, both of those. Actually, are great stories, great movies. They're true story movies, ain't like that shitty Days of Thunder film. Black Klansman, another movie based on a true story. It's got John David Washington in it. Really good. Check it out. It's got Kylo Ren in it too, I think. Dallas Buyers Club, which gave
Playing Kylo Ren?
no, he's not playing Kylo Ren. Dallas Buyers Club, which gave Matthew McConaughey his much-deserved Oscar, which he should have gotten with that one. That's great. Disaster Artist, which is about the making of The Room by Tommy Wiseau. Guys made bank off of that one shitty movie. It's pretty amazing. The It movies, It 1 and 2, those were fun. You know, kind of goony, kind of horror films. Then you got Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman, Joker, of course. Fist Fight with Ice Cube. I love that movie. It's freaking hysterical. The Daddy's Home movies, and then I'll finish off with Jumanji because the Jumanji movies were really, really good.
I forgot about those movies.
I actually just thought of a group of movies that we all forgot about. Did everybody do their honorable mentions?
We're waiting
Hold
on
on.
Is
Mike,
this like? Is this going to be like
No,
Scooby
it's a
movie marathon?
No, it's a real movie. It's Scooby Doo marathon. This guy, yeah.
Go ahead, Mikey. Mikey?
We can't hear you. Oh shit, he's there.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
Maybe he's mad because we stole it. Maybe he was going to include Scooby-Doo movies. In his.
His parents, someone in his house might be talking to him, or he's
Man, that was good. Oh.
Go ahead, Tim. If his mic's not working or whatever.
I was gonna say the Jurassic Park movies. Didn't they all? I'm gonna assume all come out in the 2000s.
No, Jurassic World movies did, not the Jurassic Park.
Well, obviously,
Well, I think
Chris,
that's what he's talking about.
I think I know that. When
Are you
the
sure?
original Jurassic Park movies come out, yes, I meant Jurassic World and the sequels.
There's only been one sequel.
Hello?
Hello.
There he is.
I'm back.
I will say Jurassic Park was one of the best movies I've seen in 2020 at the theaters this year. Along with The Godfather and Goodfellas.
And Empire.
And Empire. Yeah, top 4 movies I've seen at the movies this year. Those are the top 4 I've seen in theaters this year.
All right, go ahead, Mikey, with your honorable mentions now that you're not tapping anymore.
Okay, I got a big bundle here. All the Fast and Furious. Those are all on the honorable mention. That's what one big bundle.
What? Which? No, yeah, those are
There's
just
all,
you
the
have to
ones
think
that made in the past decade.
everything after 5. Probably.
I'll choose some that haven't been mentioned yet. I like The Great Gatsby.
I was going to put that. I thought about
Yeah.
putting that on my list. That's a really good movie. Sport.
No one chose Spider-Man Spider-Verse.
That was big on the list of the top movies
Yeah.
of the decade. I saw that.
Both Homecoming, and the other one too.
I'm surprised you didn't put this on your list because it was animated, Tim. I mean,
Yeah.
but it is a really good movie. I
Well,
enjoyed that.
Spider-Man's a piece of shit superhero, so
I have to agree, but Spider-Verse is really good.
Yeah, Spider-Verse is really good. I did like the live action movies though. With
yeah.
yeah.
A Star is Born. I really like that one.
That's a good movie. It's a very
Yeah.
good movie. I agree with your pick there.
And then
I don't put it back.
yeah. Okay.
It's not as
Interstellar.
good.
That was
God,
weird.
why didn't I think of
You have
that
to watch
movie?
that one a couple of times.
I like The Martian better. I'm more of a Martian guy.
Boo.
Matt Damon.
A couple more. Lone Survivor. Really like that one. That was
Is that the one with
was
Marky
really
Mark?
close. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. And then Dragon Ball Super Broly. Whatever that one was. I really like that one.
13 Hours was good, actually. Speaking of movies like Lone Survivor.
Yeah, 13 Hours was really good. I don't know. Lone Survivor and 13 Hours are like, I compare them together, but I think 13 Hours is a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree.
But they're both really good.
Well, a lot of people on the list of movies, they had Zero Dark 30 was always up there high.
Yeah, Zero Dark 30 wasn't bad.
I thought it kind of moved a little slow, but it's a good movie. So,
All right. Well, I think we all had some good lists. I can't hate on anybody's list because we all.
Toy Story 4 was also in 2019.
I haven't seen.
I don't think I've seen Toy Story 4.
It's
I
it's not bad.
did.
Just check it out. Definitely worth the hour.
No, I didn't. No, just looking.
you didn't have Forky's Fun Adventure on your list either there, Tim, or whatever that was, that short.
Well,
It's because it's a short.
Or any of the movies we watched, here.
Keanu Reeves? Keanu Reeves voices a character in Toy
He's
Story
the
4?
Evil Knievel guy.
Wow, Duke Kaboom. That's his name.
Duke Kaboom. What a name.
Aren't they supposed to be making a film about Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah.
Oh,
A standalone, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's called
standalone Buzz.
It's called Lightyear, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just it's like a prequel.
Okay.
But I think it's more about Buzz Lightyear than like the toy Buzz Lightyear, if you know what I'm saying.
No. Lightyear movie title teaser 2022, I think.
Is it like To Infinity and Beyond Buzz Lightyear, or is it going to be different?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so.
All right. Anyone have anything else to add, or there's not a lot of news lately.
No, although did you see the picture from Mark Hamill that he did finally make it to Tashi Station?
Yeah.
So there you go. Luke Skywalker made it to Tashi Station.
It's only been like
up
40 years.
43 years, and he picked up some power converters. So good for him,
He can stop
yeah.
whining to, Aunt Peru.
Did you hear my
like
song
Tashi
about Luke
Station.
Skywalker, Chris? Did you watch that?
No, I didn't even see you post it.
I posted it. It was on Christmas Day. I posted it.
Oh, I didn't even see it. I'll watch it later.
Okay.
You need to post it on our Facebook page.
I'll post. Yeah, I'll post it on our page. I got to YouTube to it. So,
Mikey, shower thoughts.
Got it.
Are you ready, or did I just drop it on you?
You got me. Shit. Which one?
That one.
Okay. Well, I don't think I told this one. I think I told you before, but I don't think I told this one on the. No, did I? Fuck, I don't remember. Okay. Friendly reminder that planet Earth is a dense molten core encased in layer of solids, and therefore is technically speaking a ravioli. Did I say that one?
no, but that's a great one.
Okay.
I think you said that when we were playing games one night.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. I think I told you at the gym about that one. Yeah. So Earth is a ravioli.
Ravioli, give me the
formioli.
All right. Well, we got all the extra stuff out at the beginning now, but Tim, you want to take us out?
As always, thank you for listening to Hoosier Nerds podcast. You can check us out wherever you get your podcasts that you may love, especially this one. And as always, come give us a listen and you'll never wonder who's your nerds.